guys, welcome to the Defy All Odds podcast. This has been months and months and months in the making, actually years of planning, 7 years of planning, but we're finally here. We're so excited that you joined us. My name is Issa Musharbash. This is the Defy All Odds podcast. I'll be your host, but I got two secret weapons with me, Jacob Musharbash, Hanna Musharbash. Jacob is the president and co-founder and broker of record, I got all his titles right, of Provident Legacy Realtors. That is our brokerage here in New Jersey, in Georgia. We are expanding. We're on the move. Jacob is at the helm of that work. We have Hanna, who's one of our partners. Hanna is in real estate sales aggressively. Hanna has a passion for the three things, right? Tech, design, and something else.
Travel.
Oh, travel, tech, design. That's what it is. Travel tech design. Obviously, we kind of look alike. If you're wondering, these are my brothers. Jacob's actually older than me by 2 years. Hanna's younger than me by 2 years. And so what we want to do at the Defy All Odds podcast is just share what's going on in the real estate market, give you an update. We want to be the place you go to not only get the news, but understand it and how it impacts you and your clients in the real estate business. And so today we're going to cover a number of stories. We're going to cover an increase in inventory. Good news for New Jersey. The housing market is heating up. Over 9,000 homes listed in April 2025. We're going to cover a story on Jersey City. Artificial intelligence in real estate pricing has been banned. We're going to cover that story. I hear Hoboken is lining up something like that. There's rising cancellations of home sales contracts that we're seeing. We're also in New Jersey, we're experiencing a proposal by Phil Murphy to raise the mansion tax by double, from 1% to 2%. We're going to cover that. There is some exciting stuff happening in Bergen County. There is a proposal to take real estate transactions, county transactions, deeds, and all that into the blockchain. And so that's going to create a lot of exciting things. We'll cover that as well. New Jersey Supreme Court sides with New Jersey Realtors concerning James Kennedy II versus Weicker Corporation case. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. Najar CPEA implementation and form updates. That's Jacob's area, by the way. We'll get some of those updates to close out today. And so we're going to cover those today. Before we do that, before we dive in, if you have not gotten a copy of Go Back to Your Country or Stay and Defy All Odds. This is the book I wrote. You'll actually learn more about Jacob in this book. You'll learn more about Hanna in this book. You'll learn a lot more about me, my family, our journey to the United States in this book. It's been an incredible journey writing this book. I launched this a couple years ago, and I launched it actually in the midst of COVID. Everything was closed. It was very hard to promote, but we did it anyway. And now with the podcast, we definitely want to put this front and center. We are talking a lot of real estate, guys. And so we might get people that are interested in getting licensed in New Jersey. And so we have Provident Legacy School.com. You could go there to get your real estate license. It's 100% on demand. You could take the course at your own pace and get your real estate license. There's no shortcuts to the 75 hours that you're going to take. However, you have the flexibility to do it whenever you can. You could pause it, etc. And then lastly, Jacob, maybe you could chime in a little bit about this, but if you're a real estate agent that's looking for more leads, you want some buyer leads, but also you want software that incorporates AI to stay on top of those leads, follow up, send them articles, send them updates, automate some of the things. Provident Legacy is up to something really, really big, the brokerage. Jacob runs a lot of the day-to-day of the brokerage. So Jacob, tell us a little bit about some opportunities that might be available to real estate agents looking to hop over and join us.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of brokerages already use CRMs. That terminology is your client relationship manager, and now we're able to, the AI movement is booming, and we're able to actually allow AI to help the minuscule tasks that are in between talking to somebody or capturing a lead to getting them qualified and ready to speak to an agent live, and that's going to be really helpful for anybody that's not doesn't love the cold calling, doesn't like speaking to somebody like just that they don't know, and now they have that option to be able to that's automated for them, and they're able to just talk to that person, and that person is already aware that they have that information given to them. So it's kind of like a little warmer of a conversation, and that system, the AI system, also does a lot of the hard work for them after the fact even. So
we're so excited for episode number 1. So check this out. New Jersey, this is NJ.com. It's today. It's just launched this article. New Jersey's housing market is heating up. Over 9,000 homes listed. And so in New Jersey, this is a 5% increase compared to last year. According to Realtor.com, we're seeing that this trend is happening nationwide, where you're seeing more homes getting listed. Vermont and Massachusetts are leading the way with 25% increases in home sales and 21% increases in home listings. More homes becoming available this time compared to this time last year. And so for those that have been in crazy bidding wars, you might still see those in some markets and super niche markets, but overall we're starting to see things slow down.
Absolutely.
A little bit.
Yeah, which is really good for those buyers that unfortunately had 3, 4, 5, 10 purchase contracts out, and they got declined for all of them. So this is going to be kind of like a fresh of new air for them, a breeze where they could now, like at home, be maybe one of a couple of buyers instead of one of 100 even buyers sometimes.
And the rates being high. So as long as rates are high, you're going to, when rates drop, they're going to, it doesn't matter if we have 9,000 new homes that came on. If rates are low enough, they're going to drive in even more buyers. But because rates are still up there, that's a really good thing. You're seeing the impact of prices beginning to stabilize and go down as opposed to continually rise. I mean, when you're borrowing at 3%, you're just, it's the best thing a seller can getting buyers that have those rates. I'm under contract with a buyer who bought a $925,000 home. We got it for under $800,000. We're in the upper 700s.
That's rare.
Over $140,000 below the original asking price.
Yeah, they're closing right now.
They're closing in a couple of weeks. I don't want to jinx it, but everything. I mean, we did inspections, we cleared appraisal, we cleared all of that. It's a unique property for a unique buyer. I just happen to have that unique buyer, but because we know there weren't that many buyers looking for this kind of property, we went in for the kill, and it took us a little bit of time. We were patient. The buyers were really, really patient. They're in a lease, so it's not like they're desperate to move in right away. If you're in a lease and you're looking to buy a home, that might be a good thing, actually, because your security is in place, your housing security is in place, so you could go and do these crazy lowball offers on homes and just see what happens.
So people that want to buy like these type of homes or have these type of deals, like every investor or buyer wants to get a deal. When you're the biggest probably deal maker for like buyers, no matter what they are, or like whether they're experienced or not, is buying something that they can envision looking better later. like there's work, there's add value there, as opposed to like something that's turnkey. And a lot of the pool that we have now that are selling fast are turnkey properties. Properties are just beautiful, very little to do there, and they're just going off the market. Whereas like the ones that need work and they need that like love and joy and pride put into them, those are sitting and sometimes they're going below asking.
Yeah. So let me chime in a little bit on this. I think still, even with all these listings, 9,000 listings, especially in our area, closer to the New York City, that helps buyers for sure, right? But then if let's take an example of a family of 4, right? Husband, wife, 2 kids, make $90,000 a year, right? Or an average price. I mean, if you get a mortgage, right, with the interest rates at 6-8%, which is still fairly low compared to the old days of 18% and 20%, but we're not at that 3% interest rate anymore, or 2%. If you take that example, you say, okay, they make $90,000 a year, the bank is going to lend them 4 times of that. So that's like 300 and something. They can't get anything here for that price, right? So my suggestion, and this is probably an unpopular thing to talk about,
this is the podcast for unpopular things.
Unpopular things that a lot of people don't. Realtors are not gonna share this, I believe, which is move further west, buy land, and build a manufactured home. And some people might think of this as like, oh, low quality budget or things. Now manufactured homes are becoming better than regular homes. And there's another thing, like even if you are closer to the city and you do
Didn't
have
Elon
land,
Musk like live in a box, like the boxable homes? They bring a box that folds up and you get your walls and drywalls, everything is already in.
and you could
flyers.
And if you decide to move, there's thousands of companies just like that.
We just gave a big promo to Boxable, by the way.
Well, shout out to whoever's out there that's watching that. Reach out to us. For sure, I would love to connect, even do tours for different things. We even have a land in Bayonne. My buyer has a land actually with Issa as well. And we'll keep it, I don't want to share too much detail.
Let's get approved first, man.
We want to, one of the things, like if you are closer to the city and you want to build up, people are not thinking of manufactured homes because they're usually 1 level, 2 levels. Now they could do 3 levels. And matter of fact, there's something called module homes. With module homes, you can go even higher, 4 or 5 levels. So that'll be great in our areas.
I think that's a good topic alone because it's coming
we could
more
spend
and
an
more.
episode just on that one.
But I just wanted
to do that.
We got to think outside the box sometimes with things because people they don't have to be stuck to a $700,000 home or a $900,000 home.
I agree. I agree. We have we're trying to address like the issue of home ownership. Like we're big on buy a home, dude. Like buy a home. I know Grant Cardone tells people like stop buying a home, rent, put your money somewhere else, buy investment property, whatever. But there's so much value in buying a home because of how equity is always going to be, in the long run, is always on your side. And so you got to get out of the box. I like that idea. Like if you're, it's a lot of families, just can't, they're paycheck to paycheck because the rents are high, right? And so if you could think outside the box, figure out a way to get a pre-manufactured home that would come in and get installed. It's much cheaper to build. It's going to feel new. At least you own a home. Now, there might be question around the resale of these homes, but we're not thinking resale. We're thinking like, let's get you out of renting, at $4,000 a month with a family of 4, right? To owning a home that you could afford, and eventually you pay it off, and you're just covering the cost of taxes at that point.
Another idea with that, like just kind of like thinking outside the box or thinking in a clever way to get land or get like the small opportunity to put these manufactured homes, or even just getting something under somebody's budget, and whether they're FHA or conventional, and whether they want to put the 3.5% down or the 20%, 25% down, maybe they don't go that route. Go to something they could not only afford, because there are people that are in this area that makes a decent amount of money that could buy a $700,000 house, but maybe, or 800 or $1 million, but not necessarily have to go that route and go to the one in the middle where they capitalize on a 15-year mortgage and to pay extra every month, and then hey, they're really saving. They're really putting a lot of that money that they're earning now into a property that they're saving, as opposed to, I'm just paying to live in this space.
Yeah. Good stuff, guys. We have this artificial intelligence in real estate pricing. This is so like insane. So Jersey City. Shout out to all the Jersey City viewers. Guess what? Yes. Jersey City banned the use of AI-driven software for setting rental prices. Aimed at concerns that such technology contributes to rising rents. Jersey City's expensive as heck. Rising rents and housing affordability issues.
What were we paying in rent in Jersey City? You, Hanna, and I.
$500. We were on Journal Square paying $500 on the first.
Or was it like a 3-bedroom?
No, it was a studio. He's talking about Marin Place. No, Marin Place was like.
It was a little more, probably like 900 divided by 3 or something.
I was talking about
no, you're talking about the Greenville.
No, Glenwood. No, it's in Journal Square.
Oh, Journal
Square. It was Glenwood. It was Glenwood. Glenwood Avenue.
Glenwood Avenue.
These are our single days before we got married. And
I would love to talk about Jersey City because we did a lot of rentals in Jersey City back 13 years ago, where there was Dixon Leasing, and we got all these listings from them Australian company that bought out so many things, not only in Jersey City.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about that because they got in serious trouble. They got in serious trouble later.
So what I'm getting to is Jersey City is a local market for us, right? So I think this whole ban thing doesn't matter. This is my reaction to it, my opinion, because whether you have AI that helps you have the price or not, actually the market is going to dictate the price. Now, if AI puts that price higher than what it should be, guess what? Either it's someone on a pinch that has no choice, they're going to get into that apartment, but then once they're in the apartment, then
why do I feel like people do this stuff like that has zero impact?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you can manually increase the rent. Like, this is saying don't use AI. And so this is a good attention getter, right? Like if you're running for office, you want to differentiate yourself. You want to get the attention of people you're representing. You do something so silly, like in terms like you're banning something no one really uses, but it sounds so on point because AI.
I kind of disagree. I think it tackles a few maybe smaller to bigger corporations that deal with listing and leasing properties, like big buildings. I think those are going to be the ones that are really be affected by this, as opposed to like an individual landlord of a 2-family house trying to figure out what he should rent a second apartment to how much it should be. So they're calling a local agent or they're doing their research themselves. But
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's too much control. Too much control.
Yeah,
a landlord. See, you want to go after the big landlord, right? Because that's what we want to do. We want to punish the billionaire landlord.
It's still not right.
But,
I don't think,
who gets hurt? The people that we're trying to sell them the American dream. They finally got their 2-family house. 3-family home. Come on, bro. Like, we get it. So if you can't read through that,
but there's no way they could find out if somebody's using that or not. How are they going to find out if they're using it? That's why it's limited to bigger like leasing companies, because they're going to know there's a trend there that they use some software to dictate that rent. But I don't think it's on a large scale.
I mean, it's
probably downtown Jersey City,
but
maybe.
It starts like this.
But it is hurting.
If you start legislating and micromanaging everything that everyone is doing, you're hurting. You're hurting the wrong people. You're trying to hurt a certain group, but you can't hurt the billionaires. They know how to make money. It's the people rising up that you make it harder for them to be able to use software. Like I think using software is a good thing. You're hurting the software companies.
Yeah,
you're hurting.
But that's what I'm saying. Like price dictates the market, right? So whether they use software or not, like people are like, I can't afford that. Whatever software number is, I'm not gonna be able to afford it. So it's like,
I just feel like if you're gonna take a bold stand, right? Because Solomon is the gentleman that proposed this. He said that he's taken a bold stand against rent collusion. This sounds like election. Rhetoric, right? So if you you just gotta know, what's being set up for helping someone win an election. The goal, the idea is like you introduce it in Jersey City. Now Hoboken, I hear, is trying to introduce the same thing. And at what point do you punish the realtor who's helping you price properties? Thankfully, They made an exemptions. Good news for all real estate brokers in Hudson County that do a lot of business in Jersey City. You don't have to worry about it. Your CMA could be all AI driven, no problem. We fought for that exemption at the Liberty Board of Realtors, and so Realtors, you're good. You're in good shape. But still, I feel like it's unnecessary. Let's move on, right? Let's move on. What else we want to cover? We have rising cancellation of home sales contracts. The rate of home sales cancellations has surged to 14%, the highest for this time of the year since the pandemic began, attributed to high mortgage rates and market volatility. I mean, I've seen a couple of deals get canceled recently. Actually, when I was selling my two-family home late last year, we had several buyers. They came in, they give you the price you want. They give you an acceptable price, and then after inspection or during inspection, they hit you hard with, one of them wanted $50,000 in repair credit. We can't even explain for what. So they canceled. So they put it back on the market.
Yeah, it was a tactic. I think it was used. Agents started using that to get like buyers to just go out asking, or maybe a little above asking,
and then get the money back.
Don't exemplify, or don't have any, like, have the contingency of inspection, so that after inspection, okay, we have actually a way to get the price point we want.
Yeah, I almost feel like in some situations when you're not sure, the seller should keep the property on the market for showings and backup offers until you pass the inspection phase, and then you kind of stop showing it.
Some buyers won't basically go under contract, or sellers wouldn't go under contract until the inspection is completed.
I was in East Brunswick yesterday to visit a client on a commercial deal, but his neighbor was selling his house. And he's like, Issa, the neighbor put his house for sale. He got a couple of $1,000s below ask. He was expecting that, took the offer. 2 weeks later, he moved out completely, and then the deal fell apart. They couldn't get financing. And the guy already moved. He got excited. And so you're seeing these cancellations happen. In that case,
I mean, 14% is
it's huge. It's a huge number. So, and then, like, if you're planning your business as a realtor, right, as a salesperson, yep. You have your spreadsheet. Imagine 14%. Jacob, look at your spreadsheet with all those sales for problem legacy. Imagine 14% gets wiped out. And so we see cancellations. A good realtor will try to minimize as much of that as possible, minimize that number by doing a lot of due diligence up front and not just accepting any offers that come in without really, really pressing where the buyer is. And so it depends on whether you're representing the buyer, seller, or both. a good realtor will know how to minimize that number and make a deal as close to done. I'm working on a commercial deal. The guy just backed out of the deal a year and 3 months in. He's in serious trouble. It's a commercial sale. He could be forced to purchase it. Thankfully, we got a backup deal, a little more money in it too. But cancellations suck for everybody. I mean, this is the home sellers making plans to leave to buy another property. Imagine that, Armando, you're selling a property to move to another state because you got a job offer there, and like you move out, you do all these things, and it's like, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy.
And then your offer goes, it's like, no, sorry.
Canceled, canceled. And so what do? You already bought the other house, or you're already committed to the job. It puts your family
But
through problems.
there are contingency plans for all of these. Like if you're connecting with the right realtor, obviously we represent a lot of times like a 50-50 ratio, buyers and sellers. So when we're representing buyers, the idea for them to we obviously get them pre-qualified. If the deal happens to fall apart because of miscommunication, or the buyer stays with us. Similar with the seller, right? The seller will stay with that agent they're helping. It's typically like either the buyer's fault, the seller's fault for these surges. But I think it has probably leans closer to the buyers. And the buyer's agent side, that 14% cancellation.
So what is that saying, though, right? What is that saying? So 1 in 7 home sales fell through in the month of April, according to recent data that was released by Redfin, for a total of roughly 56,000 purchase agreements across the country. 56,000 purchase agreements canceled.
14%.
I think some of these could have been prevented.
No. 56,000 is the 14%. That's
really wow. That's
across the country.
That's a huge number.
Let's back up a little bit. I think some of this everything could be prevented, right? But some cannot. But I think we have to start with the why. When we're talking with a seller or a buyer, why are they selling their home, right? Because sometimes they want to back. I don't want to sell anymore because I'm not getting this price that I'm getting. So I think I know you can have contingencies in place and all that, and they'll pay penalties and things like that. But we always have to sometimes, because it's very emotional, right? So having that, hey, but didn't you tell me your why is like, hey, I want to move to Florida. This is my plan. This is what I want to do. Hey, this is what we're doing, right? So I think as realtors, we need to do a better job having that communication early, so that way we prevent some of these numbers.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to just put some color to these numbers, the highest places that got canceled, Atlanta was number 1, 20%. Orlando, 19.4%. Tampa, 19.1%. Riverside, California, 19.1%. And Miami, 18.9% cancellation. Fort Lauderdale at 18.9%. Fort Worth, Texas, 18.7%. Las Vegas, 18.6%. Jacksonville, 18.4%. San Antonio, 18.2%. Florida, Texas, some California,
maybe
there
are
to 20%.
People that have moved from like the north and moved to the south and like, oh man, it's too hot. I've changed my mind. I want to go back up there.
Oh yeah, or maybe
So
you saw that surge to Florida, right? A lot of people leaving New York, New Jersey to go there for the weather or whatnot. But then
we don't know. Yeah,
it's not just the sun.
Really.
It's probably a lot of
things.
Once the sun is gone, you deal with the reality, and you have to decide: do you want to live in those areas? And Armando moved, right? Armando, so he went to Georgia. He did the whole beach life, and I came back to New Jersey. It worked out. But what is this saying overall? Like, I think it's a matter of setting the expectation. If you're a real estate professional working with sellers, set the expectation, share these articles, let them know that don't celebrate until the money's in the bank. If you are buying another property, put a sales contingent. Basic, right? Like you're buying a house, put a sales contingency. What if your deal falls apart? The other deal doesn't have to go through. And so a real estate agent should set the expectation when dealing with sellers on the possibility of contracts getting canceled. It doesn't matter if a deposit is lost or not. You still have the impact of a cancellation, right? And so sometimes a deposit is just not enough to fully make whole a seller who's now paying for a mortgage and paying for the other mortgage and all the other.
I don't think that's happening often here. I do see it once in a while, but it's at least in New Jersey. I don't think we're probably on the lower top 10 of that list.
The same article does say that Redfin now expects home prices to dip by 1% across the country by the end of the year, and obviously some countries will, parts of the country will be more than that. Some less. Some may rise, and so. Good news for those who've been waiting on the sideline. If rates are not going to go down, maybe prices will go down, and that create an entry point for a lot of new buyers. Governor Murphy, before he leaves office, right, proposed doubling the mansion tax. A mansion tax is on residential sales that exceed $1 million. And so when you buy a house for $1 million, like just buy, if it's $1 million listing, write the offer at $999,999, and you're going to save $10,000.
There you go.
Seriously, write your offer at $999,999.
You're going to save $20,000 soon.
Well, Murphy wants to take it from 10 to 20, and so there is some pushback you're getting from stakeholders. Obviously, the real estate industry, real estate professionals are not advocating. That's not where you want to raise money from. Find it another way, because you're hurting the regular buyer. Again, the regular buyer who wants to $1 million is no longer like $1 million. Yeah,
right? That's the problem here.
In this part of New Jersey, it's like
expanded on, like as opposed to like saying, oh, now it's 1 million is the mansion tax. Mansion tax should be like 1.5 million.
You want to double it you want to charge it for, you want to do 20%, do it on higher end homes. Do it like maybe, at the 5 million point and up. So call that the millionaire mansion. Because you're not getting a mansion at $1 million. I've seen a lot of down, ugly properties for $1 million. But we're calling it a mansion tax. It should be for mansions.
And they're not mansions. So the mansion, definitely with inflation. Right, the mansion used to be $1 million. Now it's probably like what, $3 million and up.
Yeah.
So I think that's
we are getting correct, some innovative news out of Bergen County, by the way. So this is really, really cool. So Bergen County initiated a pilot to record approximately $240 billion in property transactions on blockchain. And so the goal here is to boost transparency, reduce fraud, streamline record keeping. You ever try to get records from a county on a property that you're about to buy?
Is that $1 million? Billion. Billion, not million.
Yeah, billion.
That's 240 billion. Yeah,
370,000.
So they're taking all of Bergen County. They want to digitize Bergen County. So you're buying a property in Bergen County and you're doing title work. I mean, title work is done manually still in all parts of New Jersey. You go in, you're pulling up files, you're digging through the property, you're trying to find if there's any gap or in title, if there is any clouds in title, if you will, because when you buy a property, you want clear title. You want to know that what you're buying is yours and no one could get claim on it, right? So it's a nightmare, but title companies got used to it, like they have searchers and whatever. But I wonder how real estate title searches are going to be in Bergen County going forward. And maybe Hudson County could hear this and implement the same thing. It would be nice. We do a lot of volume in Hudson County. We're like dinosaurs when it comes to recording. And so county government, listen up, county government, listen up. Follow what Bergen County is doing. This is a good investment. This is like the future, right? So I like it. I like what Bergen County. Kudos to Bergen County.
would
that's
say-
not
yeah.
I wonder if you do the math on this. Average house is like $500,000, so 2 houses $1 million. You divide that million by that 240 billion. So get rid of those, let's say 6 zeros. 6 zeros from a billion.
It's a big difference between $1 million and $1 billion, right?
It's 3 zeros, 3 extra zeros. So we're talking about, I would say 500,000 homes. Sorry, 500,000 homes. If I'm doing the math right.
Based on July 1st, 2023, Bergen County had approximately 370,000 homes, 477 to be exact. So
Yeah, it
it's
is
the
370,
whole county. And that's including like single family versus, multifamily. And my take on this is great. I think
By the way,
this
this
would
is
also
the
That's all
largest blockchain deed tokenization project in the United States.
yeah.
Starting with Bergen County.
And that's
We have
amazing.
an office in Bergen County,
that's
Cliffside
right.
Park, baby. This is awesome. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good to be part of that. That's awesome. And I think like people are going to be watching this. Municipalities and really counties will be watching how this goes, and there's the problem with there's a lot of title disputes, right? We have a friend, right,
Yes.
Jake, who called us, both you and I privately, was buying a property at a sheriff's sale.
Oh yeah. That's They didn't want to run
700,000.
title. Yeah, they did not run.
Did
title.
not run title. Ended up buying a property
Yeah.
from the sheriff. And when he went to go like get the people out, the lady there, 85-year-old lady, saying, "I never sold my home. What are you doing?" And the guy paid $700,000 to the Hudson County Sheriff's Office, right, at the sheriff's sale. It turned out that the son or grandson or family member created fraudulent documents to obtain a loan on that house in Jersey City Heights. Defaulted on the loan. He tricked the mortgage company. The mortgage company took him to foreclosure. They were in first lien position.
Yeah.
Our friend buys it after we told him get title insurance, right?
Yeah.
He refused. He's like, I've been doing this forever. I've been doing this a long time. I don't need that.
That was a bad one. Yeah.
And now he has 700,000. He's gonna get his money back. It's just it's not gonna be anytime soon.
Yeah.
It's whose fault? Was it the county's fault? Was it whose fault is it?
I mean, somebody
Obviously,
creating fraud.
The fraudster's fault,
but-
right? But this will not happen. Will not happen in Bergen County once they digitize the process of recording and deeds. And
Yeah, because it's easier to probably pull public record and
it's more secure
overall.
and it's more accessible. Now there's a possibility of hacking as well. So I think Hudson County could learn from this, from Bergen County as well, and see if add
A lot of other
any
counties, yeah.
difference.
Yep. There is a story. New Jersey Supreme Court sides with New Jersey Realtors. Check this out. The Supreme Court issued a victorious decision for all New Jersey Realtors this week in the James Kennedy II versus Weicker Corp case, which reverses and remanded to the trial court for an order dismissing Kennedy's complaint. This case considers whether the independent contractor agreement that Jacob has to sign with salespeople, right, excludes the salesperson from the wage payment law, a statute that governs compensation paid to employees, but does not apply to independent contractors. The New Jersey Supreme Court decided that Kennedy, who agreed in writing to affiliate with Weicker as an independent contractor, must accordingly be treated as an independent contractor. The court held that written agreements is positive and defines the relationship between the broker and the salesperson. This decision is the result of a multi-year, multi-pronged lobbying effort to protect the independent contractor status led by New Jersey Realtors and real estate licensee. Shout out to New Jersey Realtors for really working hard. We us as real estate agents, we always ask, like, where does my money go when I pay my dues? The Liberty Board of Realtors, the local Board of Realtors, the New Jersey Board of Realtors. which is New Jersey Realtors, right? And then the National Association. Where's my money go? Well, we see here where the money is going in fighting and advocating for this important independent contractor agreement. We need to keep it that way. At one point, they took that away from lenders. Lenders used to be like that. Like loan officers were independent contractors, and that was turned over. They had to become employees, but in reality, what are they doing? Like, they're out there working their own schedules. They're working 24/7. Like, they're getting paid commissions, right? But let's keep New Jersey Realtors and all Realtors all across the country independent contractors.
It's hard to transition that because it's like Realtors have that. They go into real estate because of the flexibility, and then you have them. Okay, no, now they have to transform them to a 9-to-5 gig. Real estate doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
they don't go home. They don't clock out. So you're working on
families
weekends.
are
You're
looking
working on weekdays. You're working at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Like it's just that this job demands that type of hours to work, and a company can't dictate. You should work like a night shift or work a day shift. In real estate, it's like whatever your life, allows you to the flexibility to do.
And it's really the life of your clients, right? So if you have if you sign an agreement with a buyer and the buyer is telling you, I'm available on the weekends only. Yeah. There's no weekends for you, buddy.
Or after 6. I'm only available after 6 after they get a job.
It's your fiduciary responsibility. You're getting paid a boatload of money to help them buy a house on the weekend, right? And so turning them into employees, it just becomes crazy.
It doesn't work, yeah.
Jacob, walk us through the NJAR CPEA implementation and form updates. This is the last thing we'll close out with here. Following the Real Estate Consumer Protection Enhancement Act, effective August 1st, 2024, a year ago, we started to see some mandates, right? And so if you want to cover those, I know this is old news, but
last year, actually back in April, they started actually even earlier than that, they started bringing these stories up and what's going on, and it was kind of like still up in the air. They didn't know what's gonna
I feel like a year passed and people still don't know what happened. Like, they have no idea what forms to fill out or what to do.
Now it's I'll tackle them briefly. So they now want you to have your seller disclose the property's condition to their best of their knowledge. That's a requirement before your buyer goes under contract, so that the buyer knows the condition of the property. So maybe it lessens that percentage of that 14%, knowing that the property has maybe some pumps that need to be inspected or whatnot. So
for residential units, not for commercial.
Yeah, for residential. These are mostly residential, even though I would urge agents to apply them regardless to anything. And there's a written broker and buyer agency agreements. That's just we had them before. Now they're just mandated. There's required, and they're no longer optional to use with your with the buyer. So buyer and their agent, and then open house signs, just so that people, when they walk into open houses, they know that the person there has the best interest of the seller, not necessarily them. So that's disclosed simply. Designated broker is an adaptation, I would say. A lot of other states have had it. Where
Georgia has it, right?
In a different, they have a different term for it, but basically it's just because everyone working for a brokerage technically works under the license of the broker of records or the broker manager. So every deal that's put in place technically is that person. So like it's like me having to represent a buyer that you're helping and the seller that you're helping at the same time, even though you're in two different people, individuals, but you're on the same brokerage. So designated agency just says, it just discloses to the buyer or seller that, hey, we have two parties, we have two agents that are in the same office, but they're working with two separate people. And sometimes a broker like myself will assign an agent. Hey, there's some maybe conflict of interest here for whatever reason. Maybe husband, wife, one is a seller, one is a buyer. It could be anything, where we assign an agent to represent the other side. So to break away from that.
I think the one that everyone knows the most is this next one on compensation
disclosure.
Yeah, because now you want to know what you get paid. You'll go to the MLS, you don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
So that everybody knows.
I think, but I think this particular thing, it could have been avoided by not allowing. Sometimes just an individual, you could get part of like MLS access. Which I think they're not privy to those things. Like if I'm a landlord, I want a specific MLS. There might be a way I could get it without being a realtor, and seeing that information, which is again supposed to be for the subscribers that are realtors or real estate licensees. So I think that's where that's
Then there were some CE credits that were upgraded. And then as of February 2025, they included some additional forms, right?
Yeah, this year, February, they launched a couple of edits. And so it's cool to have the National Association of Realtors be able to bring amendments to these rules so it could help our buyers and sellers.
I don't mean to cut you off, but in 10 minutes, Hanna has to go pick up his daughter. It's a half a day.
Yes.
And so we are going to close out this show, but what we want to know from you, this is episode 1. The way you could help us is let us know what you'd like us to cover. Is there anything on your mind that you would want us to cover? Share that in the comments. Connect with us. Subscribe to our channel. Share it. Let's grow together. We want to help you. We want to empower you with as much information as possible. And we just want to be here with you. Let's walk this journey together. Real estate is changing. It's changing daily. It's changing weekly. And we're here to unpack it all together. We'll see you on the next episode.